So for tonight's movie, it is, I believe, a South Korean supernatural horror film. It's called Exhuma or Exhuma, something like that. I'm not familiar with the director, but it does star Choi Min-sik, and you might recognize him from Old Boy and I Saw the Devil. I love both of those movies. I Saw the Devil is particularly, it's like one of my favorite movies to come out like in the last, how long's it been? 15 years or something? Awesome. Awesome movie. Choi Min-sik is an awesome actor also. Kind of looking forward to it. It's a longer movie too, so I'm expecting this to be like a slow burn. Again, I know absolutely nothing about the director. He also wrote this. His name is Jang Jae-hyun. I'll read the tagline here since it's actually one of the better ones. It doesn't really seem to spoil much of anything. It's one sentence. The process of excavating an ominous grave unleashes dreadful consequences buried underneath. It's pretty good. Short, to the point, doesn't give away the plot necessarily, or at least it doesn't sound like it does. So I'm going to go ahead and start it because it's a long movie. A shaman finds a cursed grave causing supernatural terror. All right. I'm into terror. Let's go. Hope we got subs. No dub, only sub. Was that a stapler? Somebody playing racquetball? What is that? Skeet shooting? They're speaking Japanese. They dope up babies? Is she trying to like commune with spirits or something? This is going to be interesting. Anytime I watch a Korean film that has to do with the supernatural, I know nothing about like Korean paranormal stuff or like supernatural. So, like I really loved The Wailing, right? And one of the coolest things about it was how different it was compared to your typical Exorcist type of movie. And it's just like the cultural differences that's like, it's really refreshing to me because I have no idea what's going on. The spirits allow for a Diet Pepsi break. Wait a minute, that better not be Diet Coke. Spirits hate that. Yin Yang and Five Elements. Wow. Okay, so this is gonna go hardcore. That's me. 귀신, 악마, 도깨비, 요괴, 과학과 미신, 바로 그 사이에 있는 사람. 나는 무당 이활입니다. 보통 산소탈이라고도 하는데 뭐 한마디로 조상 중에 누군가가 불편하다고 지랄하고 있는 거죠. Can you imagine being dead and just being stuck in the casket, just kicking your arms and legs like a baby? That would suck. 돈 쓰고 사람 써야죠. 전문가들을 불러야 되는데. There he is. Quality dirt. 어디 어르신 깨우는데 쳐다를 봐. 뭘 이렇게 잔뜩 넣어놨어. 참 금속 같은 거 넣지 말라니까. A convenient excuse to take things also. Hi. 누가 할머니 이 가지고 있네. 누가 할머니 틀니 가지고 있다고요. The kid opens his mouth and he's just got big giant horse dentures. 내가 뭐라도 가지고 있어야. 할머니 배고프시대. 어여 드려야지. 할머니 뭘로 기억해요? Here, take her skull. 항상 네 곁에 계셔. Not one tear. That kid's a vandal. 같은 유전자를 가진 육체와 정신의 공유집. 살고 죽고 또 태어나면서 계속 돌고 돈다. 미신이다 사기다 다. 풍수사 환 김상덕이다. Geomancer. Never heard of it. 냄새가 나는 것 같은데 뭐 냄새 안 나? 무슨 냄새야? 이쪽 냄새가 나. What's funny too is they're kind of acting like a group of con men, but I'm not getting the sense that they don't also believe in it too. I mean, you saw the size of that house that dude was living in. It's a big fat payday for an exorcist. 장손들이 귀신병을 앓더라고. 갓난애까지. 딱 보니 묘바람입니다.
Are you really gonna dig up your grandfather's grave?
I don't need your approval. I've made up my mind.
I'm already thinking that maybe he knows more about this mysterious ghost ailment than he's letting on. Just from the clues they're giving off with the visual storytelling.
전 그냥 멀리서 가만히 살면 되는 거다.
Neat camera rotation. Cool transition into the tunnel, too.
우리 주님께서는 때가 되니까 이렇게 퇴직금까지 딱 챙겨주십니다. 아멘.
That's great. They're so much better than, like, if this was a big con. Because they're saying things you would expect out of typical con men. I would be very surprised if this somehow was inauthentic.
아멘.
Although he also refers to the afflicted as big game.
하림이 걔가 그래 어떤 년인지
새파랑이 그냥 말랑 가죠.
주는 사람이 더 신뢰가 필요한 거 아닌가요? 오늘 모든 일은 전부 비밀로 해주십시오. 그리고 바로 화장해 주십시오. 관찰해요.
몇 자리 먼저 봅시다.
그래서 저는 최대한 빨리
몇 자리부터 먼저 보자고요.
There's some kind of issue. Like, there's a family secret that's making the ghost angry. 100%. That's gotta be what it is. Is it Korean? Yeah. It's got Choi Min-sik in it. You ever seen Old Boy? He plays the old boy. There he is. Does he look familiar? Oh, no. Morgan, my finger's hovering over the ban button. By the way, I watched that one. It is god-awful. I don't dislike Josh Brolin either. Well, I kind of do now, after that poem he wrote about Timothy Chalamet. Cute. Doesn't really look like a nice family plot, huh? He spared no expense to put him in a pauper's grave on the top of a hill by himself. Uh-oh, the dirt tastes bad. That's a bad sign. I wish I could get a job as like a geomancer. I'd be a total con man, though.
저기 이북도 보이네. 이름이 없네.
혹시 이 묘자리를 누가 알아봐줬는지 알 수 있습니까?
Your dad?
유명한 스님께서
Oh.
제일 가는 명당 자리를 찾아주셨다고 아버지께서
스님이요?
본명이 기스네라는 스님이라고 들었습니다.
본명이 참 특이하네.
왜? 뭐가 이상한데요?
이번 일은 내가 못할 것 같습니다.
Wow.
왜 말을 안 하는데?
이게 얼마짜린데 참.
왜 그러시는데요? 예?
절대 사람이 누워있을 자리가 아니야. 저런데 잘못 손댔다가는 직관부터 일하는 사람들까지 묘의 여우는 상극이야. 이건 말이 안 되는 거라고.
Does that guy seem a little suspicious to you? He's always cast in shadow, man.
박재홍 씨 우리한테 뭐 숨기는 거 있죠?
Get it out early.
위도와 경도, 그 비석 뒤에 새겨져 있던 숫자들. 내가 그냥만 누군진 모르겠지만 어떤 명백한 의도가 보인단 말이에요. 그런 정체불명의 악지에서 이장을 한다는 거는 이거 정말 위험한 거예요. 뭐랄까?
대살구슬해보죠.
내가 그럴 줄 알았어?
일단 돼지띠 일꾼들 5명과 대물 5마리를 서로 연결하고 땅에서 나오는 음한 기운을 대물로 보내.
Like, I know that guy with all the tattoos. This guy here. I know he's like a shaman, right? But he kind of just looks like a chef to me. Like, I don't know why. Like, he should be on Kitchen Nightmares. It's just the vibe I get from him. Why does he have a Lady Gaga mic on? She looks really cute when she goes into a trance like that. What a fun job. Like, I'd pay to have this happen at my birthday. Self-harm, I think she was showing that she couldn't be harmed. Because I didn't see any blood, did you? I was just about to suggest that perhaps they were blunted. If I was to have this at my next birthday party, I would say leave out the pigs. Bring the drums, do the dancing, bring the knives even. That's fine. I don't care. If you go to a K-pop concert and you like look out into the audience, that's what it looks like. Trust me, I've seen the TikToks. That's a total lie. I've never seen a TikTok in my fucking life. Did I do good? I'm telling you, there's something fucked about this family. They're not trying to hide it at all.
향나무관이 있네. 이거 예전에 왕가에서만 쓰던 건데.
I like how they're yelling out the steps of what they're doing, too. It makes it easier for me to follow along. I bet you they're all gonna yell when they take the lid off, too. Lid removal! Jewelry stealing!
정중히 모시자고. 이제 다 끝났으니까 긴장 풀어요.
I have a feeling that guy's gonna die soon. Say what now? It's like a little Puppet Master doll head. I don't think he was supposed to kill that snake. Hold on, I want to check that again. You said you think that was a stock scream? It does sound familiar. They might have, like, time-stretched it, too, a little bit. Post in the comments if you think that was a stock scream. Ugh, God. Do whatever you want.
갑자기 예보도 없이 비가 와가지고 화장을 좀 미뤄야 될 것 같습니다. 망자가 절대로 좋은 곳에 못 가십니다.
Oh, shit.
누가 개관을 못하게 한대나 봐.
아이고 화장날 비 오고 한 번 떠나기도 힘드시네 저분.
Wait, is he paying for them to do it anyway? What are you doing? Why?
근데 저 사람들은 정말 믿을 수 있는 거니?
줄 만큼 주고 할 말만 했습니다.
난 여전히 화장하는 건 반대다.
By the way, I don't know what that is. It's not like a vape or anything, is it? It looks like he's stuck a cigarette into a vape. I don't know. I don't know anything about vaping or cigarettes, one or the other. But he gives an air of like a modern-day Sherlock Holmes whenever they show him smoking that thing. With his doubting looks. Looks like a THC wax pen. I don't think that's legal in Korea, though, dude. I made a Korean sim named Tai Hui Sung. She became a scientist. Okay? I'm proud of her.
도로에 표지판을 봤습니다. 보국사 표지판에
Geomancy symbol, okay?
처음 여기 보국사를 만드신 주지 스님께서 풍수에 아주 능하셔가지고.
So the placement of the coffin was very purposeful. The guy is buried in a royal casket, even though he's not royalty. Is this a thing where it's like they did something to the royal family and a royal family cursed them on purpose?
혹시 기순회인가요?
아니에요, 원봉 스님이십니다.
저기 저 산꼭대기 위에 혹시 아시나 해서.
그럼요. 소문은 많이 들었습니다.
무슨 소문이요?
그 무덤에 보물이 묻혀 있다는 소문이 돌았었지요. 조선 최고 갑부의 무덤이라는 얘기도 있었고. 그 무덤은 왜 물어보십니까?
제가 오늘 그 무덤을 봤습니다.
Sir, please leave the establishment.
뭐 하시는 거예요? 저기요!
No! Not my shaman girlfriend, no! It's cool how they're doing the chapter title cards.
뭐가 나왔다고 거기서. 존나 험한 게.
Wow, so the ghost flew all the way to Los Angeles.
문을 열어주랴. 아버지, 들어오셔요.
Wait a minute, it sounds like there's another ghost spying on my ghost encounter. Sounds like it's eating food. Oh, cool. It's like he's slowly pulling his heart out. Or just choking it. He's dancing with her. I knew it. Of course.
아무도 꺼내주지 않았잖아요. 폰이 증오만 남아있다고요. 들어오면 바로 붙들어야 돼요.
They're gonna try to draw the ghost back, I guess. Oh, is it his turn to dance? I'm gonna add the soundtrack to the Watch Party playlist. I like her voice, too. Was that a stock scream? It was David Lee Roth. He's coming to me in my dreams. Aren't they in a hospital right now? Shouldn't a nurse come in and tell them to shush?
할배요, 거기 누구셔요? 봉기라 오지 마! 뭐가 그렇게 억울하셨어?
내 새끼들 데리고 가려고.
그건 안 되지요.
밖에 계시나?
저기요 사장님. 아니야. 지금 할아버지 관이 열려서 그래.
Alright, now the question is, which one do you believe? Because the ghost might be calling him on the phone, too. The ghost is on the phone. The real Kim is at the door. Oldest trick in the book, dude. God, he's so sweaty.
괜찮아요? 장하도다 반도의 청춘들이여 수백 척의 비행기
Grandpa was a war criminal.
전진하라 황국의 아들들이여 우길기 빛나는 햇살에 너희의 일신을 위대한 황국에 바치라.
Wow.
화장은 형님이 허락을 받아줘요. 나 거기서 대기하고 있을게.
조부님 관이
여우가 밤에 허리를 끊었다.
예?
God, I need to do that.
여우가 밤에 허리를 끊었다고.
Well, that's the end of him. Hey, you think he's gonna kill the baby? Because that's what started this whole thing.
Joseph's condition seems to be better today.
바로 화장해야 됩니다. 그러면 내가 위험하다니까요.
Going right for the baby. Baby's going out the window. Not a coincidence that she's singing that song. He doesn't get to go to a good afterlife, and they don't care about him anymore because he's malevolent, so they're just gonna send him to hell? Because I thought it was a no-no to do the cremation when it's wet. There's so many rules, it's like Gremlins. I can't keep up. Is Rockabye Baby such a universal song?
태워라.
아이고 팔자야. 좋은 데는 못 가겠네.
No! I need your diaper! See, because the ghost drank too much water, get it?
나 동티난 것 같아요. 다른 게 아니라 그날 이장 뒷일하다가 뭘 봤는데 뱀? 그 반 잘린 뱀 좀 찾아서 치석 좀 드려줘요.
That is deep, man. Another grave? Or treasure? No, it's another grave, dude, for sure.
첩장이다. 수직으로 세워져 있는 관 본 적 있어?
It's like a monolith.
집안 사람인 게 분명해.
하나, 둘, 셋! 저게 사람관 맞아?
I really love the minimalist aspects of the soundtrack. It's had some, like, stock horror movie, like, string stabs, too. I'm not big on that so much, but stuff like this is really nice. Or whenever it's just, like, drums with that weird delay on it. Less is more.
갑자기 이장을 하게 돼서 오늘 하루 신세 좀 지겠습니다.
He's actually letting them. I expected him to go, no. You keep that business out of here.
도대체 이게 뭡니까?
죄송하지만 찹쌀이 좀 있을까요? 차에 가서 말표도 좀 갖고 와.
Oh yeah, she's just got gallons of horse blood sitting around.
좋은 건 아닌 거 아시잖아요.
알고 계신 거를
정말 모르겠습니다.
I don't believe it.
후작 박근현이라고 아주 유명하신 분이셨더군요. 나라를 팔아먹은
기순이라는 스님, 한국 사람이 아니라
He's Japanese, right?
일본 사람이었습니다.
Mm-hmm.
또 왜 자기들에게 충성을 바친 아버지를 그런 나쁜 곳에 묻었는지 그냥 알아서 처리해 주세요.
바로 태워버리시죠.
얘기했잖아. 일본에 그
What exactly does a fox diviner do?
분명 여우 새끼라고 왜?
Okay. So is the caretaker a ghost? Stock pig sounds for sure. So, excuse me, what? I gotta take off the shades for that. I can't tell who got beheaded. There's a caretaker.
고인 때문에 위를 들었어.
이거 지금 저기 밑에 축사에 있는 것 같아요.
빨리 사람들 깨워.
It's a Japanese ghost. The scariest kind. There's a lot of history between Korea and Japan. Much of it not good. I don't know the finer points of socio-political commentary that may be going on here, but I know enough of the broad strokes to know that there's no love lost. Whoa. If I was that big and cramped into a grave like that, I'd be pissed too.
違います。人間じゃありません。あなた様の。
Is he talking about me? Whose head is that? I hope that's not Mr. Kim's head. Hair's too dark. I can't tell. What a cool looking ghost. I found a melon. There's the sweet fish. How did he fit in the coffin? Seriously. Oh, cool. Well, that's the end of that. We got like one more chapter. Of course there'd be 5 chapters. Okay, so the headless guy was just some random dude? That kind of sucks. Not that I want anybody necessarily to die. I like the little exorcist team, but it certainly raises the stakes. What about the immigrant worker?
혼은 불완전하고 귀는 육신이 없어서 그래서 결국 사람의 온전한 정신과 육체를 완전히 다른 거예요. 홀령이 아니라 정령이에요. 동물의 혼이 사물에 붙어 같이 진화한 거예요.
아직도 창고에 남아 있다니까요.
Yeah, all this is just your standard geomancy. Yeah, these guys don't look too happy to be photographed compared to everybody else.
웜에 아줌매들 겁나게 오랜만이요.
아이고, 다들 이렇게 모였는데 저희 먹어도 남아 불겠네.
뭔 소리야, 씨.
빨리 말해. 씨발로.
만닝어 기리코로시 가민이 나라레 다 와가 토노요.
Musashi?
선호 토노 사몬 이마 독군이 이라시로.
Is he gonna find some kind of massive skeleton? Wow. It's like a Japanese Vigo.
일본 귀신이다. 아무 관련 없어도 그냥 죽인다고. 근처만 가도.
Alright. I thought they were gonna dip their toes into the racism, nationalism stuff, but alright.
여우가 범의 허리를 끊었다. 우리 풍수에서는 조선 땅의 형상이 호랭이거든. 비석 뒤에 새겨져 있던 그 숫자들, 위도하고 경도, 정확하게 범의 허리. 그 여우 새끼가 거기에다가 대빵만한 새침을 박았다는 거지.
Okay, so I don't know if there's some obvious significance to the line there that's supposed to represent the backbone of the tiger, I'm guessing, right? Since it's so close to North and South Korea, I'm guessing the big samurai guy is what, like something that tied the spirit to the family, or maybe it doesn't have anything to do with the family, but I feel like it should. Most of the movie was about the haunting of this one particular family. It's like maybe the fusing of Grandpa's spirit or the Japanese monk's spirit to that particular spot of land, and we're looking at like a land elemental, something analogous to that. They called it an anima. It's literally a national spirit. It's an outpost for the spirit of Japan. I have a feeling this movie's dealing with some arguments and resentments that I have no place making judgment on. Because I don't understand the full weight of it.
자네나 나나 우리가 돈 있는 놈들한테 땅 팔아서 그동안 잘 먹고 잘 살았지. 고장모 이건 땅이야, 땅. 그리고 자네나 나나 우리가 모두 다 네 말대로 그게 쇠에 붙은 귀신이라면은 우리가 그 쇠짐 뽑아버리면 되는 거 아니야?
아니 뭐 장군인가 뭔가 이렇게
아무 원한 없어도 근처에만 가도 다 죽이는 게.
So racist against
근데
Japanese ghosts.
잠깐 나오긴 할 수 있어요.
There's our sweet fish, I guess. I don't know what the fuck sweet fish is. The hole just keeps getting bigger and bigger, man.
내가 할 수 있을 만큼 시간 끌어볼게요. 새침을 꺼내시면 이 말피에 씻어 없애는 겁니다.
It's Clancy Brown. Man, he really likes that fish, huh?
たらこ召し上がりましたか?
この山は沖縄の山か.
So they are con men after all, but she's like conning the ghost. Neat.
何故銃や刀の音が聞こえぬのじ。
すでに戦争が終わって久しぶり。
いいな。まだわしらの戦は終わっておらぬ。わしらは引き続き北へ向かわねばならん。
お前はいつからここに来ていたのか。
恐れそのもの。
お前は一体何者？
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I gotta look this up too. The Battle of Sekigahara was the last major conflict between the Western and Eastern armies. With Mitsunari's coalition shattered, Ieyasu was able to capture Sawayama and Osaka castles in a matter of days. This is back in Japan. Mitsunari was beheaded in Kyoto within a month. Mitsunari. Ishida Mitsunari is a playable character in Pokemon Conquest. No. Okay, Ishida Mitsunari was a Japanese samurai and military commander of the late Sengoku period of Japan. He's probably best remembered as the commander of the Western Army in the Battle of Sekigahara, following the Azuchi Momoyama period of the 16th century. Was this guy in Sekiro?
あなたが生け捕りにしている人間を話してください。
人間じゃ全身。全身。
Her grandmother, no! Oh man, this is just like in Ghostbusters Afterlife when Egon came back from the dead and... He's gonna die, isn't he? It's gonna land right on him. Didn't kill him.
しもべになるか、さもなくば肝を取り出すか、刻まれし金剛の今日を覚え終わりて、500年が過ぎておる。肝、こたったらして肝。네가 바로 불타는 새다.
Wow. So the Japanese monk specifically did some kind of rite to bind the general's spirit to the iron stake driven in the ground that separates Korea. Again, I don't know what the politics are, but they made it look pretty cool.
불과 물은 상극이고 금과 목도 상극이다.
So just like you could beat him with a baseball bat then?
불타는 새. 그것의 상극은 물에 젖은 나무다. 물은 불을 이기고.
근데 잠깐만.
What do you think the significance is of the ghost wanting to eat people's livers? It's an iron anima? Iron liver? There's some kind of physiological connection there. Thank you. Leave the rooster alone, please. It's weird I was just standing there, the chicken's paying its respects.
죽는다. 다행히 그렇게 아프지는 않다. 내 차례인 것이다.
Wow.
죽음은 다시 흙으로 돌아가는 것이다. 편안하게.
기어코 야생곰 한 마리를 생포하는 데 성공했고 여론이 들끓고 있다.
Blamed it on a bear attack, I guess.
다행히 김 선생님은 나이에 비해 빨리 회복되었고 겨울이 지나고 모두 일상으로 돌아갔다. 아무렇지도 않게.
Just to let you know, okay? For my next birthday, if you're thinking about getting me anything, I want a Korean exorcism, okay? You could get her specifically, you know? I don't know if you gotta, like, pool money together or something. I don't know how expensive she is, but it's better than a party clown, that's for fucking sure. What about a ritual binding you to an object? I might be able to swing that. You're just gonna, like, tie me to a rock and throw me in a river or something, dude. No, it'll work this way, I swear! Sounds out of my budget. Well, that's what I'm saying. Take up, like, a collection. She's so fucking cute, dude. Man, I think that means it's time for another surgery. Okay, they're feeding us a nice happy ending here, right? But you gotta think, in this photo they're about to take, like, we're gonna see an 8-foot-tall samurai guy just hanging out over her shoulder or something. It can't end all completely sappy. I refuse to believe it.
하나, 둘, 셋.
Oh, okay. Well, that was Exhuma. Exhuma. It was pretty good. I liked how unconventional it was. Most all of my favorite ghost stories are stories that come from cultures that I know nothing about. Even if it might seem like a conventional type of story to Korean folks or Japanese folks, I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of context that I just don't get because I'm a dumb American. I think I got enough. You know, I think I got just enough to understand it. I really like the idea of kind of, it wasn't necessarily a fake out. It's just kind of how these stories go, where you think the whole story is going to be about this one specific haunting of this family, but it ends up being about like something a little bit bigger than that. I like how they did it with this movie. Visually, I thought it was great. Really nice editing choices. Some of the special effects were kind of cheesy, but all the practical stuff looked pretty fun. Acting was great, of course. Choi Min-sik is always top of his game. I love the shaman girl also. What's her name? And not just because she's beautiful. Hwa-rim, played by Kim Go-eun. The movie's so well done that you can kind of excuse a lot of the more hokey bits of it. And there were some of the dialogue was a little bit too, like it gave away a little bit too much, but I like the fact that rather than keeping the obvious secret for the whole movie and then reveal it as if it's, oh, this big secret, wow, you know, blows my mind. A lot of movies do that, you know, they give you some dumb obvious secret that's easy to figure out, and then they stretch it for the entire movie. So then when you get the reveal, it's like, who gives a shit? But I appreciated how this movie would set up those kind of obvious red herrings and then solve them as the movie goes along. It starts off, you know, it had me thinking, oh, there's something, this family did something bad, and, you know, they assuredly did. But it wasn't really about that. It was about, like, a greater thing than that. And it was actually probably about greater things than I understand, because again, in order to, I think, fully appreciate the movie, I got to watch some documentaries on like World War II and relations between Japan and Korea, North and South Korea, the Sengoku period. It requires a lot. That's why I'd be really interested to see a review from somebody who like knows what all this stuff is about. Like Buddhism, I don't know anything about Buddhism either. You know, anytime I see like a Buddhist exorcism in a movie, it's always way more entertaining to me than, you know, just a couple of priests standing there clacking their teeth because the room is cold or whatever. No offense to The Exorcist. Exorcist was a good movie, but it's just been done in my eyes, you know, overdone so much that I'm really not a big fan of Western ghost stories. They end up being so conventional. And I hate to keep using that word, but The great thing about a ghost is that it could potentially be anything. But so many ghost stories end up following those same old lines, and it's boring. But I was really engaged by this. I don't think it was like a perfect movie or anything. I definitely think like overall, I brought up the wailing earlier. And even though I do like this exorcism scene better than the one in the wailing, overall I think like the wailing was a more fun movie for me. See, there are things in this movie that keep it from being a 5 for me, and like one of those things is all of the scares. And even though I'm never scared by a movie, that's not like something that I necessarily take into account in my rating, but it's like how they're presented, how much I appreciate the presentation of the scary parts of a horror movie, right? And all of the stings with the Wagnerian horror movie strings just seemed kind of trite to me. That's not to say that the movie wasn't entirely ineffective. I'm sure a lot of people probably watched this movie and did a lot of squeeing and whatnot. I don't know. I'm assuming. But it was like everything else that wrapped around the movie, the mythos and it's just, it feels like there's a lot going on beneath the surface. I didn't even know what a geomancer was. I mean, outside of like a video game context. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Interesting characters too. Very human. Yeah, man, I give this one like a 4.5 out of 5. Would you do a ritual to make you learn Korean? Dude, I would do a ritual for a lot of things. Like, I don't believe in any of that stuff, right? But I've considered doing some kind of sigil magic, because it's very simple and non-committal. Very low chance of a 10-foot tall, angry Nazi samurai ripping my liver out. All you got to do is like, you draw a cool symbol in your notebook, and then you like jerk off on it and light it on fire. Something like that. Something simple, And then like, oh, hey, I won the lottery. Not that I believe it would happen, but I got time to kill. Wouldn't it be hard to burn when it's wet and covered in jizz? Well, no, it's like the ghosts dry the jizz out. So it's like, it like purifies your jizz or something. I don't know. I'm not a monk. Don't ask me all these questions.